Hello traders, welcome to the market opening preview on a Wednesday, hump day, August 5th, 2015, middle of our trading week. We have a full day of trading ahead and a lot of stuff going on. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies, white sandy beaches, and a nice cool breeze today. I have to say, no air conditioning, doors are open, windows are open. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely great. Just wonderful. Sorry, that was my news feed. Forgot to turn it off. Sorry about that. All right, let me introduce myself to you, and then we'll get moving along here. My name is William Gilday, and I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I do this during the Asia session. So if you're looking at this video right before the London session, there's a good chance the charts might be a little bit different. All right, so I started trading in the year of 2006. And 2008, I retired from a wonderful career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. I came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. Well, traders, it's 2015, and 8 years later, I am still in Asia, still in Pattaya, Thailand, and having a great time. Absolutely love it here. And if you trade Forex, and I also trade another instrument in the New York session, it is absolutely wonderful. I only trade about 3 hours into New York, because that brings me up to 11 or 12 midnight. So I usually no longer than 3 hours in the New York session. But I do get full Asia, and I do get a full London, which is kind of nice. I'm always looking for opportunities and probabilities that are on my side where I can take these trades and hopefully win. And I have to be honest with you, I took a loss yesterday. I took a loss on the Aussie dollar. And not that I was picking a top. I used candlesticks as my guide for this. And, you know, I took the trade, took the loss, no big deal. I have very good trade and money management and all that. But I took the loss. And I knew this was coming back down, and what happened, I go to sleep, wake up this morning, and this thing comes all the way back down where I intended it to come down to, and now it's sitting there. If you take a look at the Aussie dollar chart, we will do that, and I'll show it to you. So that's just a little bit about me and how I trade and what I do. Let's take a look at the legal stuff and get that out of the way and we get moving. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most of all, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose, i.e., please have a money management system. Know what percentage of your account you are trading, and therefore judge on how many lots you can trade and how far you can put your stops. I trade 1% per trade, no more than 3% at one time. So one can be in 3 trades at one time. Always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. Let's head over to news and commentary. Let's take a look at the indices. US 30 closed negative 0.27%. S&P 500 was also negative 0.22%. NASDAQ negative 0.19%. Small cap 2000 out of New York was negative 0.36%. Let's head over to the Eurozone, where the DAX closed up just barely at 0.11%. The FTSE 100 out of London was negative, really barely at 0.03%. The CAC 40 barely negative at 0.16%. And the Eurostoxx 50 barely, that's a little bit more than barely, at 0.44%. So let's take a look at what's going on in Asia. Remember that these currencies are currently trading, so these are live in the market as we speak. The Nikkei 225 is positive 0.51%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is negative 0.63%. The Shanghai is positive 0.37%, with the Hang Seng positive 0.35%. And the Kospi out of Seoul is positive at 0.26%. All right, good stuff. Let us take a look at our economic calendar. We have a full day today when it comes to our economic calendar. So let's take a look at what's going on. So early in the morning, which was 5:30 my time, New Zealand came out with unemployment change, and it came out at 0.3, and they expected 0.5, so that was a negative number. Unemployment rate not changed, stayed at 9%. In the Asia session, we really had nothing that was of high impact. 90 minutes into the London session, we have the Great British Pound as Services PMI, and that is a big one. That will definitely probably jerk the markets a little bit here and there. However, we get to the New York session, we are quite busy. We have ADP non-farm employment change. Remember, it's NFP Friday this week. The CAD has trade balance, and the U.S. has trade balance. Also, the U.S. has ISM non-manufacturing PMI all today. So quite a busy New York session, mediocre London session, and pretty much the news in Asia is over. So Asia's pretty much shut down for the moment. Let's see where we're at here. Sorry guys, I'm working off of 3 different screens here. Okay, commentary. Really good moves yesterday. If you took my trade plans yesterday and matched them with your trade plans, like I said, don't trade my trade plans, trade your own. But if they match mine, that's great. You did very well. Most of these currency pairs are moving back to their trend. They're back in their mode. They're back trending in the direction they're supposed to be. So things like really starting to straighten out a little bit, which is really nice. So what's happening is we're coming to extremes. And that's what happened with the Aussie. The Aussie went all the way up like 100 plus pips because of data. And it was about their interest rate, right? Well, they left everything unchanged, and data went through, the market just grabbed that and flew it up for 112, 115 pips, whatever it was. And, now the Aussie's all the way up there, but it's pulled 50% of that, it's pulled back down already. So I guess my point is, don't let anybody tell you, I don't care who it is, what guru, whoever, that fundamentals does not affect your trading. I don't know about you, but I don't keep 100 or 200 pip stops, right? So this data came out, zapped up in one candle, boom, there you go, 100 pips later, and then for the next 4 candles continues to go up. And that was on a 30-minute chart. And I'll show it to you. So just unbelievable. So commentary is we got to stay with our program, stay with our trade plans. Just watch out for data today. That's the key. Entry is the key today. Some of these trades that we have for you today, we're only looking at like 25 to 30 pips in these trades before they hit support or resistance areas. So, I'm not saying they're not going to break through that level. Remember, these are my trade plans, not your trade plans. And if it breaks through, of course, I would just, trail it down, just trail it. And that's all you do, just trail it down. And that's probably the best way to do it. And I suggest you get a trade manager, which takes care of that for you, so you don't have to sit and watch the thing all day long. All right, enough about that. Let's take a look at some 30-minute charts. My friends, that means that every single candle on the chart is 30 minutes in duration. And as usual, let's take a look at the euro dollar. Euro dollar done very well yesterday. Great trade plan we had yesterday. Worked out beautifully. I'm looking for a pretty aggressive pullback here. I want this to come back up to the 50% at 1.0936. I know the daily pivot point is there. If you have to take it from there, that's okay. But I'd like to see this come back up to which was support, which is now resistance. So, it's okay, but, I'd like to see this come back up to the 50% and give us a nice bang to the downside. And we'll see how that goes. And like I said, we have a lot of data in New York, so I'd love for this trade to work before New York. Now, unfortunately, folks, that never happens. New York afternoons is like, all my trades end up working in New York afternoons, and that is like the middle of the night for me. That's like 3 in the morning for me. So, what are you going to do? Put your trade on and hope for the best. But I hate leaving trades overnight. I talked about this Aussie trade, which I'm going to get to in a second here. I talked about this Aussie trade, and I said that I wanted to sell this. And it was after 11, and I was like, man, should I put this trade on? Just give it another 30, 40 pips, stop. I was looking at the 4-hour, and unfortunately I had another hour before the 4-hour changed candles. And at that point, the 4-hour was showing a doji. So I'm like, should I put this trade? And I didn't do it. And boy, did I kick myself in the butt this morning for not taking that trade, because I would have gotten my loss back, and I would have made profit, and I didn't take it. And lesson learned, right? Lesson learned. Follow your trade plan. Follow the rules. But I don't know. I guess I wimped out. So today you can call me wimpy. All right, let's take a look at the pound. Now this is the most ugliest chart you can possibly see. It's just absolutely ugly. Look left of this chart here. There is so much Forex junk here. It's unbelievable. So I don't know what the pound's going to do today. I believe in dollar strength, but we also have pound strength. So again, we're like two magnets. However, we do have pound data today. So I'd love to see this pull back to this 50% at 55.93 and, get some data where this will bring this back down to 55.59. The pound is pretty funny with its data. Really, it's pretty difficult to really judge whether it's going to be good data or bad data. They surprise you a lot. So I'm pretty careful when it comes to pound data. So I'd really like to be I would like to be break even in this trade 90 minutes into London. But this thing really needs to get on the move, because we're like less than 5 hours away, and we're going to be into the London session. So it's actually 9:25 a.m. Thailand time, and 2 p.m. Thailand time is the London Open. So yeah, so we'll just keep an eye on that. Hopefully that works. Let's take a look at the Aussie. Well, here you can see this was the big blue candle here, right? Just came up 3 candles, right? Did its thing, kept going up, right? I was looking at an hourly chart when I was deciding what to do, and we were I think on this candle here. And this was the doji I was talking about. And this was on a 4-hour chart. And I just didn't want to stay up another 45 minutes. And I didn't take this trade. Anyhow, this ended up moving up and then just dumped like a rock. Of course, it always dumps like a rock. When? In New York. This is New York afternoon. This is close in New York. Here we are in Asia from these little dojis here. That's Asia Open. And here we are. So what are we looking for? Well, I had put a resistance line in here. So I'd like to see this pull back as much as it can to this resistance line. You could take this from here. This is not a bad entry. You have the pivot point. I wouldn't worry about the pivot point. Look left of the chart. It's got 1 candle to worry about. I think it'll go through the pivot point. I don't think anybody's, got a bunch of orders here that we're going to have a big bounce. You might get a stumble or bumble or something, but I think, if we enter 73.87, we get out at 73.10, that's a 70 pip trade. However, if we don't come back up here and London comes, and we get, I think this is going to end up going sideways now. So London, you're going to have to make a decision whether you want to get into this or not. I do not want to buy the Aussie dollar, folks. Okay, I do not want to buy the Aussie dollar. It has been bearish for, it's got to be 2 years. I do not want to buy the Aussie dollar. I just have no intention. The Aussie government doesn't want this up here. The Aussie wants it back down at 68 or 69, 0.68, 69. So they don't want this up here at this price. So they're going to do everything they can to get this thing back down. And I knew that, and I should have entered that trade. I didn't. Bad on me. And we'll just get out at the 200 exponential moving average at 73.10. Or if it breaks through the 200 with no problem, but I do think you're going to get a bounce here. There's a lot of price action in this area here if you look left of the chart. So yeah, I would get out of there for sure. Let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. This was a nice move to the downside. Gotta say, again, we go back to this Aussie data. This is what was the catalyst for this, but continued past that time frame. This is a 30-minute chart, and this just kept on going and kept on going and kept on going. And other data came out and it just kept on dropping, and that's what we got here. So we want to get in at like 48.92 at the 50% fib. So we need a pretty aggressive pullback. I don't know if we're going to get that. We might only get to the 38.2 where the daily pivot point is, which if you get there, the problem is you're looking at 48.45. So that'd be a nice trade if we can get back to that daily pivot point, we can sell it from there. That's why I put that marking on top of the daily pivot, that magenta line. And if we can get a bounce back up to there, we can sell it. But we definitely need some. We can't enter this here. This is like not an entry. I know we need a pullback. I mean, we have to get some kind of a pullback. If you're scalping, just scalp. Just let this go up to the 23.6 and then scalp it down and see what happens. Let's take a look at the euro yen. Euro yen is bearish. Our trade at work, on all these pairs, the trades worked out great yesterday. This trade, believe it or not, the one I didn't think was going to work, worked out really well. Nice and bearish, really nice. Again, I'm looking for the pullback to resistance, which is that daily pivot point, and which was support, which is now resistance. So at 135, even if you go to 60 or 55, you know what? Get in this thing and just sell it. I expect it to at least hit the S1 pivot at 135.01. Then you're into the 13500 area, which there are orders there, so you're going to get some conflict there. So just keep an eye on that, and you're probably going to get a bounce. So you just might either want to get out, or you're going to be in profit and a good amount of pips. Just trail it and just see if you can get through it. If you get through it, you can make another 20, 30 pips before you get to S2. Let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar, really nice move yesterday, nice down move. Came back up, gave us a fib. Now it's back down where it is. So I really want this to come back up to the 38.2 at 0.557, which is a daily pivot point. It's previous support, now it's resistance. They're both at the same area. When I give you a number, just remember that's a zone, that's an area. You don't have to get exactly to that area, that number to take the sell trade. You just want to be in that area to take the sell trade, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to protect you to make sure that there's enough pips to get break even before you get in any trouble. That's the key, right? It's all about getting a break even. Everybody says, oh, it's all about making 75 pips. No, it's about money management and getting a break even. I want to get to break even plus 10, 15, and I'm happy. And the worst that's going to happen is you're going to break me out, and I'm going to make 3 pips or 5 pips. But that's the key, right? We want to enter the trade and get to break even as quick as possible. Wow, this went long today. This went 17 minutes. I guess my commentary was too long. All right, traders. On behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellent Trading, come visit our site at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, have a great trading day, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Take care now, traders. Have a good one. See you now. Bye-bye.